Come on, Billy, you're hosting the show.
People.
Hell yeah. People name's Retel. I'm in the lab.
What? I'm in the lab.
Billy's hosting because Ritel's in the lab right now.
Street Fighter training mode, just like sitting there.
Yeah, fuck you guys, man. All right, Lou, you're hosting the show. Let's go.
What's going on, people?
Ah. Is that how I sound?
That's how I try to sound like you, but I just can't do your voice. So I just can't. That's like the closest I can get to your voice.
That was your best effort.
It's the closest I can physically get. That's possible.
All right, Behr, you're hosting the show. Let's go.
That's all I... Shit. The waveform.
It's so thick.
That's all I hear whenever Retel does the intro. It's
What
fucking,
the fuck?
like Planet of the Apes shit going on.
Planet of the Apes shit. What is going on, people? Welcome back to the Top Tier Podcast. This is episode 88.
Ooh, good number, man.
My name is Brendan. You can, of course, find me on the YouTubes over at youtube.com/Retel Factor. You can find this show, the Top Tier Podcast,
Hit him with them dead eyes, Retel.
over at youtube.com/Top Tier Podcast. With me today, Lou Tixon. Okay. With the chocolate milk.
Chocolat.
The halal milk.
I'm pretty sure it's halal, man.
Hello.
There's no meat in there. There's not a
there's no
meat.
milk.
Exactly, it's halal, man.
It's all-
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess-
yeah. In technicality. Oh. Okay, we're good.
We good?
That was
Settle down.
Got a lid on it.
spilled the chocolate milk.
Esports money. Beirut.
The little one, just a little one.
And Billy. The win.
Give us a big one, Billy. I want to see that spike.
We
in there.
already got a big one, man.
Damn, Billy.
Not even that.
That's the way. Compared to Bears,
It's weak, man. Come on, Billy.
I can't do the voice.
No,
man. I
Give us
can't
a
do-
better one than
does
that,
not
dog.
make a good show.
Yeah.
Makes
We
a
have
great
audio
show.
listeners.
That's true. I'm sorry to all the
Yeah.
audio.
Take it.
Short and sweet, dude.
Blew his load right
That's
away.
the one, man.
That's
the one.
Thanks for that.
Shout out to all of our audio listeners.
Yeah.
Sorry about all
We
that.
don't plug it enough and do it very. All right, this cannot stand. I was over on our iTunes page. We have one review. Granted, it's 5 stars. Shout outs. But we need more reviews. It really actually helps us in the algorithms for
It
the
does.
searches and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And so head over
What
to
happened to
iTunes or whatever platform you're on.
Are we on Google Play?
Oh, we're on the Spotify.
We're on Spotify, yeah.
Are we actually?
Yeah. That's where we host all of our shit, dude.
Damn, Billy.
And then you can link your no. Did I say Spotify? I meant SoundCloud.
Oh.
No. Do you know how hard Spotify is to get on?
Oh, really?
Fucking hard.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Rooster Teeth just got on,
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay, never mind.
and they were like,
Yeah,
and
we,
it was
we,
hard,
we ain't never getting in that.
and it was
bitch.
hard for them to get on, dude.
Shit.
Seriously, Spotify must look down on fucking podcasts. It'll probably would eat up all of their fucking storage space too,
That's true, yeah.
with all these podcasts.
All these
Their
episodes.
servers.
That's insane.
Yeah, we're 88 hours in.
Well, at least we can.
of
We can.
fantastic audio podcasts.
I'm pretty sure more than 88 hours.
Oh yeah,
We're
we
all-
had some shows that are like
2 hours.
2 hours long. I think like what our farewell episode and then our 5-year reunion episodes. Those two podcasts combined are probably like 8 hours long.
Oh, jeez, really?
Yeah,
Fuck,
for
I was-
sure.
I remember I was hungry.
That was the
Welcome
one
back
takeaway from the. You remember that show? Yeah, I was really hungry, man.
Yeah, man, I was hungry.
Shit.
But yeah, hit us up on iTunes, SoundCloud, and whatever podcast directory you guys use, and give us a little like, give us a review. It really helps
It
us
helps,
out a lot.
man. It helps a lot.
Shout out.
We're not on Spotify, though.
I was pushing Retel for his deep cuts. I'm like, Retel, man,
Yeah.
I know you don't want me to tell you this, and I know I look like a douchebag whenever I say it, but you gotta ask people to like the video or something like that.
Oh yeah, do I need
because
to do
it's
that?
like, dude, the
Yeah,
fucking
you don't do that.
It's
I
because
don't
the
do
YouTube algorithms, man. It's like right now, YouTube's just a fucking swamp fest. You know, we were talking about Swamp Ass like 10 episodes ago.
yeah, we're swamp ass.
Yeah, my Swamp Ass. It's pretty much what YouTube is. So just even like a few likes, dude, just helps. Like YouTube algorithms, like, oh, compared to the views, this many people like it. We'll share it to some other people who like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just that's what it is with these iTunes reviews too.
I need to start whoring myself just a little bit more.
Yeah, you got to be like
Just a
me,
little
dog.
bit more.
I'd be like you.
Man, maybe you have to hit the lab to learn how to
What
board
the
and stuff out, man.
Behr's my YouTube coach, man. He's been
No,
coaching
man, I'm
me.
not a good YouTube coach at all. I'm struggling on YouTube. I'm like the worst coach to
I've
have.
been winging it for 7 years. No idea. I just hit 1,000 subs.
Dude, that's good, man. You got to be proud of that. That's fucking
so
good.
long. It took 7 years.
Yeah. But remember, everything's exponential, right? When you get 1,000, getting to 2,000 is easier. Then 2,000, then you go to
We'll
5,000.
see about that.
So yeah. No,
Well,
it's
if
good.
I keep grinding out the deep cuts,
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure,
I
dude.
think it'll help a lot.
Dude, you'll
like-
fucking surpass me like fucking quick if
Wow.
you just keep up with the deep
the
cuts.
deep cuts
Yeah, dude, you can get like 100,000 subscribers in a year
because
with that show.
by the time this posts, it's probably just over a week ago that my Binding of Isaac went up about the ARG, and
yeah.
that was one of the craziest fucking videos I've ever worked on in my life.
That's awesome.
And you two saw it, Behr, you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it at all.
But it's really just like I don't play Binding of Isaac, but the more I read into this story, and it only crossed my mind because I remember reading about it like 3 years ago, and I just had to make a video because the rabbit hole just goes so deep, and there's so many crazy things that all kind of piece together to make this one giant crazy fucking game that the creator put on, and it was awesome. And it's a video I'm really, really proud of. It's the longest deep cuts yet as well, so be sure to check that out if you guys have not already.
Yeah, I love the deep cuts format. It makes me want you to also do like another series where you like where you break down like areas or like haunted areas in certain regions, like and just all the theories that goes on. Yeah, like outside of games, like the the mental asylum that we have here, that the
A lot of
abandoned
people do
one.
that, and dude, like one of the biggest YouTube videos that does that is a channel called Top Fives, and dude, he's good at what he does. He does a good job, but dude, those videos like. I could totally do it. You know what I mean?
I know. Top five.
It's pretty like copy and paste content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Those were
But
some of the worst videos that were.
I know.
That's one of the worst trends that was going on. But thankfully, I think we've come over that. I mean, you can make a top 5 really well, or a top 10. Like, remember when Screw Attack used to do them? And they were like the first to do them with Handsome Tom and Stuttering Craig. Like, they were amazing. They were so funny and so well done. Put a lot of thought into them. But yeah, they just became too apparent because they were just so easy to do.
Yeah.
So
just pump that shit out.
Pump it like Billy's ass.
What the fuck?
You know they're like reopening that. Was it Riverview?
The hospital? Yeah, I think that was they were like renovating it. And
Yeah,
stuff,
they are
weren't they?
completely
Being
making
reopened and shit.
Yeah, big community.
I wonder though. I wonder if they're gonna make. I mean, I guess it's government if it's a hospital. But
Just for you guys who don't know what that is, that's basically it's a local. It was a psychiatric like hospital.
yeah.
And it was really fucking an old building, and it was pretty much partially closed down. I think one part of the property was still being used in another building, but the main building itself was very just like decrepit.
It's a lot of property. It's a
and
huge
fucking-
building
yeah.
too. It's not like 2 or 3
and just
floors.
really old and really scary looking, and a lot of things were filmed there.
Happy
Yeah,
Gilmore.
that's what I was curious about. It's like it's almost like because the location was there while it was abandoned, it was used by so many films.
So many.
Like almost
It was-
anything that came here,
Like not too
at
long
least
ago,
stopped there
we
once.
watched this really bad movie called Grave Encounters.
No.
The entire movie was filmed there. Like
Oh,
literally,
really?
the entire movie was filmed there.
Wow.
terrible movie.
And it was a movie
awful.
about exploring an old hospital. so
Oh,
so it
wow.
kind of worked out. And Behr, I know
Interesting.
you've worked on a set there, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Was it the A Team? It was either the A Team or it was the Concrete Canyons, which was like this straight to TV movies. Probably terrible. I never saw it. But yeah, that was a cool experience. Like I didn't really know what to expect when going in, but now looking back, I'm so happy. And like one of our like PA leads, he was like, "Yo, man, let's just walk around. There's time to kill."
Yeah,
so we went in when we had flashlights. Dude, the fucking creepy as hell. Really creepy. Like even their washrooms, the way they were, and just like just seeing this place just torn up and abandoned was like
And I was like reading into it, and didn't like in the main like one of the main like atriums, they had like this big spiral staircase, right? They had this big staircase
I don't think I
with
got to go-
cages over it
Yeah, I don't think
to
I've ever
prevent
gone
people
to.
from jumping.
Yeah.
But
really weird.
it's just the more I looked into it, I was like, this place is creepy.
The
as
weirdest was our I think it's called the liaison, who is is that the term, Lou? I think it's liaison. Whoever's the location, whoever like, it's the person you have to contact if you want to shoot there.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like every different location, like a specific building would have a liaison for that building that the production crew. So they're always there on set, and the liaison was like really weird. Like, I'm only telling you guys this because it's like it's been 8 hours later. Yeah, like she looked like she was into like witchcraft and stuff like that. Like totally. And like, you know, obviously the crew members, I don't know how true it is, were like, yeah, she totally, like they've heard her saying weird stuff like in dark areas thing, like where she goes to certain areas and she like really says stuff. But like in terms of her necklaces and the way she dressed, though, totally looked that way. But I don't know, it was probably just some rumored people creeping out. But
and then like I know like several years ago we were talking about it and I was like with Ben, I'm just like, we need to go and explore this place.
You guys are fucking nuts.
And dude, I wanted to so bad and make a fucking video and get a bunch of cameras and everything, and just I was taking it so fucking seriously. I contacted the people, and they just gave me, I got referred to this person and I got the fucking runaround, and it never came to fruition. I just you know, things just, I would leave a voicemail, no one ever get back to me. I'd send an email, I'd be like, oh, here, I forwarded your email to this person. They would never get back to me. It was just like, fuck.
It gets creepy, though, especially when you're on set for like, you know, 15 hours. You see it in the morning when it's dark and you see it at night when it's dark. And yeah, it definitely starts getting really eerie vibes. Yeah. Like, you just don't even want to look at the windows around because, you know, there's just like movement and little things. It just gets really weird.
If we got permission, would you guys come with me?
I'd probably go.
Yes.
I'd probably go, but I don't know how you're gonna shoot it. Are you gonna go?
It's a construction.
Oh, it's
zone
over now. The ship has sailed.
Yeah, it's been many years.
It's like if you drive by there, it's like completely renovated. Like
they're probably just working on. Okay,
framework and stuff.
I was so happy though with like when as a PA you stand around a lot. I didn't have to be in one of like the weird dark areas. Like I was in one area with like 2 long hallways that like reached darkness on each side. But like there was a lot of people walking through that. But fuck, if I was like put in a corner with some cables, I'd be like, fuck, man, this would be rough as fuck. So I was happy. But I remember the one thing that happened on that set I'll never forget was like near the end of the shoot. You know, like we all have walkie-talkies, right? So people can communicate and call people. And we go in different channels.
You fuck with people in the walkie-talkie.
Hear one randomly. It's like, psh, like near the end of the shoot. The director has a tiny cock. Just fucking, just absolutely, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what the fuck was that?" So it was just so funny. It was like the mystery, but everyone was blaming the truck drivers because the truck drivers always get blamed for that shit because they're like high half the time.
Oh,
right? So it's like, it's funny. It's really funny.
Yeah, man. I've always wanted to go to like do that creepy shit. You know what I mean? Like go and explore something that's like legit, like haunted or has tons of history or whatever. And one of the places I really wanted to just like go for a weekend, I was trying to convince my girlfriend Chriselle.
Ain't gonna happen.
Was that we were gonna go to the Stanley Hotel in Colorado, which is what The Shining was based off of.
Oh.
And like room 217 is like the room that like Stephen King stayed in when he had the inspiration for the book.
Oh.
And it just has a crazy history as well. And I think like 10 episodes ago or 15 episodes ago, we were talking about a podcast called Lore. And Lore actually did an entire episode on the Stanley Hotel. And it's fucking awesome.
Wow. Okay.
And it's
you
still,
gotta link me that.
Yeah, and it's still like you can stay there and they do ghost tours and shit, and it looks fucking awesome.
Do they?
And just like
do you have to pay a premium to stay in that room? Probably.
Oh fuck, probably. Yeah. They might not even rent it out, to be honest, because they probably include it in their tours.
That's
because they do the tours. And just the scenery is really nice. It's in like Colorado and it's all mountainy and shit. Obviously, we have that here in Vancouver, but
yeah,
I don't know. Just as like a little weekend excursion, that would be awesome.
We should do like a haunted tour of Vancouver. We should do a haunted tour of Vancouver. They have that shit here.
Yeah, I know they do.
They do.
Yeah. I don't know.
What? What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, this is your hometown. You should know all the haunted places before you.
I guess I already know all the haunted places, man.
But you've never been in there, dog.
Yeah, sure, dude. I look up like most haunted places in Vancouver. You get shit like the Vogue Theater. I'm just like, I've fucking been to the Vogue Theater.
Yeah, but that's like only when it's like empty and shit. Like when there's like the workers are by themselves. That's when shit happens.
Yeah, I guess so.
And like there's that what's that Hotel Georgia with the red ghost lady?
Oh yeah, no, I heard about that.
Wait, that's a hotel? Sorry, what?
Yeah, Hotel Georgia.
Oh,
is it on Georgia?
Yeah,
that's probably on Georgia.
It's like downtown.
But there's a lot of places.
Yeah, and I know like there's a lot of history over in like
especially Gastown too.
Like I was about to say Gastown is like an older part of the city.
Yeah.
And actually over in I grew up in Victoria, in Vancouver Island. There's actually tons of like haunted places there because Victoria is actually BC's capital, and so there's a lot of really old buildings there as well. And so they have awesome ghost tours.
Start with local, man.
I should.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I definitely would not fuck with that, but
You guys want to go?
let you.
I'd love to
all
do the
shit.
hunting tour with you at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I'd totally do
fuck
that.
yeah, let's do it. Maybe like once it's like warmer or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you have to,
Yeah, do an
Okay,
episode
I'll
and see how it works out. You should get a bunch of GoPros, mount
cool.
a bunch in yourself, and then have a actual camera with you too.
Yes.
Let's do it,
Blue
man.
man, you're down?
Yeah, I am. I'm
Hell
down.
yeah,
I'm down to
okay.
do that.
Ben will be
Obviously
down with
fun.
you too, so you guys will have a group.
Yeah, it's a tour. It's probably gonna be some touristy
It's like
shit.
two assholes with GoPros.
Taking it all seriously.
I'm just imagining you guys with like construction helmets and
The spotlights. I got like night vision shit going.
The
we're
lights
some-
are on the whole time.
there's like a tour lady. Like, what the fuck are you guys
Like we're
doing?
some sort of fucking urban explorers or some shit.
Spelunking, man.
Spelunking.
Dude.
Oh,
in a cave.
God. That would be amazing. That'd be
That's
so
pretty
good.
funny. You guys ever like check out urban exploration? It's crazy. There's like a lot of urban exploration websites you can go to.
Yeah.
And people just do exactly that. They rig themselves with fucking GoPros and like night vision equipment and just record themselves going through basically exactly that. Just by themselves through like abandoned houses or abandoned fucking factories or random tunnels they find. It's crazy. Urban
Yeah,
I've never
exploration.
watched people do that.
It's fascinating. It's cool to see, but it's probably dangerous as hell.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anyways, we're gonna jump back in to some questions from the community,
Oh, so quick today.
which you can send in over at the Top Tier Podcast Community Discord, which is linked in the description and the video and the audio.
How many members do we have in that?
A bit.
Decent amount?
I don't know offhand.
Okay.
I don't know how do you look it up on here. I don't even know.
You can check it on the Discord app.
It's probably not too many.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine.
We have. Okay, so right now there's 15 online. Ooh,
Wow.
19 offline,
Okay.
and then me and Billy as like the
Well, it's almost
the
50,
mods,
like somewhere at
like,
40 something.
creators. So yeah, we're almost.
Maybe you should put Lou up there
Yeah,
too.
put me as a mud
Well,
dog.
Luke, you just fucking joined the Discord, dude. Like, give me a
I'm
fucking
saying,
second.
put me on right now.
Is there
dog.
not safe for work section?
There absolutely is.
Oh, yeah.
Toasty's
Billy, put me on,
posting
dog.
all of his best
I'll
fucking
try to do
hentai and everything.
Oh, God, Toasty. I'll get on there soon, man.
There's a shit post section for memes. There's an audio section called Retel's Room. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna get on this shit right now.
People post their friend
I
codes.
can't do it. Only Retel.
There's a WWE section, Billy.
Oh.
No one posts shit though.
Damn. Let's find out this question.
And
here.
let's jump into some questions.
That's amazing. Those Discord's been a really cool new.
Discord's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
It's
Actually,
like IRC.
like I never really,
Ventrilo.
yeah, all
It
kind
really
of wrapped into one.
It killed Vent, I think.
It killed
Well,
Vent.
yeah,
that
Vent,
one.
fucking Vent back in the day.
Not safe for work.
Damn. Yeah, this.
Lose on that not safe for work section. Guide. As soon as we talked about not safe for work, Billy Lou's just like, oh, let me
I've
check
seen half
this
the
shit
stuff
out.
on Kappa, Toasty.
Yeah.
God
The
damn, what
reposts.
fuck?
Okay, anyways, put your fucking phone away, dog. Come on, man. We're trying to run a podcast here. Jesus Christ.
You didn't show me this shit.
Busy,
I'm showing you this shit.
busy on the not safe for work section right now, Lou.
This is a question from Universal Sun Yuzu.
Yep.
What are some good places to get solid food in Vancouver?
Oh, you just from I don't know, man.
Or maybe he's visiting or something.
There's a lot, man. Vancouver's really good for food. Obviously, I mean, if you had to just pick an area of downtown Vancouver and Granville Island,
Sure, yeah, there's
you
a lot.
know, are really good.
But if we were to be specific, what are your favorite like local? Like, don't pick some chain shit. Like, what's some good like local spots?
I love Kintaro Ramen.
Kintaro Ramen.
Kintaro is really good. I mean, obviously Jinya is kind of a chain, but Kintaro is really good. What else do I love? There's a place in Surrey called Hanako.
Hanako.
Yeah, which is a bit more
Sushi
pricey,
place?
but really, really good.
But you have to go to Surrey for that.
I have to go to Surrey,
So-
yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, they might live near Surrey, man. Living in Vancouver is expensive as fuck.
It's true.
So, I mean, living in Surrey is expensive too now. What else?
Dude, I eat everything. Everything tastes good to me.
There's a lot.
90%
There's really
of the
good.
time.
Yo, Tacofino is good shit.
Taco
Tacofino,
Fino,
yeah.
yeah, that's a really good choice. Really, really good choice. You know, if you like poutines,
Just the other day for your brother's birthday, went to an all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue and sushi place called Shabusen.
yeah, really
And,
close to
uh,
a SkyTrain
It's
station.
it might not be the greatest fine dining, but,
But it's
Yeah.
good.
damn,
man.
it is a lot of
Yeah.
food.
It's
a lot of really good
It's
food
good
for
for what
cheap.
it is, for sure. Yeah, I
For
don't
its
expect
price.
the best quality
Yeah.
sushi, but I mean, in terms of meat goes, they do a pretty good job.
Yeah, dude. And it has all-you-can-eat sashimi. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's It's really good. If you go, definitely do the all-you-can-eat and get ready to eat a lot. And it's both all-you-can-eat sushi and Korean barbecue.
If you want to go a little more expensive, my favorite omakase place is Masayoshi on Fraser in 27th, 28th.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's so they have like the original creation omakase and the nigiri.
Oh.
So yeah, it's expensive as fuck though, but
Is that the place where the guy who made the California roll works at?
no, that's his student actually created it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he used. I was I think you're thinking about what was the name?
I
of
can't
it?
remember his name.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh,
Like,
I don't
he's-
know. The California roll was created in Vancouver?
It's Vancouver, yeah.
Oh.
So it's not. It wasn't it's Toro or something, right? Was it?
I can't remember.
But
Yeah,
don't-
he has a place in Vancouver. And
Don't eat
it's
California roll.
Expensive as fuck.
Yeah, I wanted to go there, but then it's always booked. So I went.
Yeah.
So I
it's
found
busy
out.
as fuck.
Yeah. So for my birthday, actually, the one that just passed, I was like, man, I kind of want an omakase place. And I was Googling. I'm like, oh, Masayoshi, let's check this out. Small little restaurant. Only like 4 tables, and then there's the bar. And I wanted a nigiri. So I'm like, yeah, let's check this place out. I found out that he was actually the student of the original creator of the California roll. And I was like, wow, I was blown away with the actual food. It was a really good,
Nice.
nigiri sushi.
It's really good places, man. Like, there's also I like G-Man in Richmond as well. And anytime when you're in Richmond, it's kind of a nice place to stop by.
It's got so packed though. I remember
It's
when I
really packed. Yeah,
when I
And
first-
that's another ramen place.
that's another ramen place.
Yeah.
Sorry.
when I first went there in 2000, when they first opened, it was barely anyone. It was just me and Daffy went, let's get some ramen. Oh, this place, G-Man, let's check it out. We loved it. Now I got so commercialized that it's not as good anymore. It's still great, but it's not as good as when they first had it.
I have a hard time having pho right now because I've had homemade pho.
Yeah, you
and I
can't
love-
go out.
man.
Yeah, and I've had because my Boris's girlfriend, she's Vietnamese, and I went to their place before for Chinese New Year and
Yeah.
shit. It's been amazing.
Yeah, I've had Billy's fiance's homemade
it's just so
pho,
much
and it's
fresher
so
and it's
good.
so good. And
You can't go back.
It's really hard. Yeah, I need to find a place in Vancouver that has really premium stuff just to try. But
can't.
I can't go to your regular restaurant.
No, all of them are
anymore.
regular restaurants, man. You can't find a place that's
Yeah.
actually legit. Actually, there's a few. It's all
Because
all
I
Victoria.
arguably like pho more than ramen. I think.
Me too.
I feel like pho is just
Is that
more. I
north
can
or
have.
south?
There's 2 types. There's actually
Yeah.
north and south.
Yeah.
The north one is more. They actually have the dry noodles. The
Because
dry
there's
pho.
a north, Vietnamese.
Victoria.
Is it the red? It's red something.
Oh, that one. No, that one's still pho in general. There's one that's I think you're talking about the one Hastings, right?
Maybe.
Red.
I don't
Red
remember.
something. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
That one's actually not bad. That's
Yeah.
actually a really good place.
Yeah, yeah.
There's one on Victoria. I'll take you guys sometime. It's legit Hanoi, straight up north, Buc-ee's, right? It's a dry pho type style, so it's actually not soup and soup. I think it tastes fantastic.
Have you taken me there? I think I've been there before. No?
No. I only took Daffy.
Okay.
You're
went
not
and had
worth it,
dry
Retel?
Fucking thought with somebody.
Oh, yeah, you probably have had it.
You just had it wrong, though.
Yeah. I need to try some dry pho. I never had it before.
Let's give this fool
Also,
some dry
a juker, the
Oh,
place
a
that we
juker.
go.
It's dope.
Yeah, it's like
I like
Some
Masita.
Masita is actually
Masita?
legit too. I
in
like it
South
more.
Burnaby.
Yeah, because it's cheaper there too.
yeah.
I gotta take you to
That's-
Masita
that's
one
a-
The
time.
chicken's
That's a
better at Masita. I
Yeah,
think.
for sure.
This is a fried chicken
It was
place,
it was
guys.
like an
Korean
Asian
fried
fried chicken.
chicken.
Yeah.
Korean dog.
And I got to give major shout outs, okay, to Burgoo, which is
Oh, yeah,
also here.
Burgoo's
Here, it's a
dope.
Vancouver chain. There's a handful of them. And if you like dipping foods and cheeses, fuck, it's where it's at.
I've never been.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
They have amazing fondues.
Oh, great.
And, dude, their mac and cheese, I'm telling you right now, their mac and cheese is fucking top notch.
The best.
It's so fucking
One of the
best,
best.
best mac and cheese I've ever had in my life.
Where are they located?
There's one in Broadway, not Broadway, Main and 12.
Okay.
Main and
Okay.
12.
Yeah,
So just
I don't
downtown
remember
areas.
Yeah.
Okay.
But really, really good. And yeah, Barry, we should go.
Yeah, we should
sometime.
go. We should go sometime.
Yeah,
And
go
Masita
sometime.
again
It's
because I kind of want the
fantastic.
chicken right now. That's a good chicken, and the pricing, the best in Masita, man.
Ooh.
$10 can
Good.
get you like a fucking full on hot pot, a Korean hot pot with a
The
mackerel.
mackerel, yeah.
Yeah, and we mentioned so many Asian places because Vancouver's got a very large Asian population.
Also, we're very
So,
poor. We can't eat at white.
Some
places.
of our so we have a lot of really good Asian cuisine in the city. We're very lucky for that.
very medium cuisine, but always a solid bite. Never terrible. Really rare that's terrible.
Thanks so much for the question, Universal Sun Yuzu.
Yeah, very good question. Very good question.
But I'm done because I'm done with my macros. I can't eat anymore.
Yeah.
This is a question from Failure Code. What is the edgiest trash you guys listened to growing up?
Fuck, man.
Edgy? No.
You didn't listen to any edgy music, Billy?
Oh, no.
For some reason, my brother and I reported we were listening to like Rammstein for like a week or something. Like, why the fuck were we doing
Just a
this?
week.
Yeah, I was like,
1 week.
just a little bit, not long.
Edgy? No, never.
Dude, I've listened to some bad. Like, I even look at like I'm a big hip hop head, so I listened to a lot of like Rough Riders growing up.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
Going back and listening to some of that stuff. I mean, there's still some really good like bars, but there's just so much like trash in there. Just such like. It's real like hood music. Definitely stuff that is not as big today
Yeah.
as it was back then. But I still appreciate a lot of the artists. Like, I mean, I still love Jadakiss and
You like Jen, the MC back
yeah,
in the day?
Jin joined the Rough Riders later on. By the time Volume 3 came out, I think Jin was in there. But yeah, I don't
He's
know.
doing like Chinese.
That's a very good
speaking
question,
cinema
though.
now.
Okay, hold on. I've listened to some really bad shit.
Like, I don't know, when I was like, 16, 17, I was really into like, I don't know if you guys like, Taking Back Sunday and stuff like that. And a lot of their music didn't really age very well.
You listen to Darude
really-
Sandstorm, dog?
But, like that was back when like emo was the thing,
It's
right?
like screamo bands.
Yeah. And that kind of stuff. And, I was into that for a time.
It's funny. Yeah, I was never into that kind of music. I just never. I was just never. I guess it just depends on how you grow up,
Yeah.
right?
Where you grew up too. He
Where you
was
grew up,
grew up
yeah,
on
so-
Victoria.
You listen to Tokyo Hotel, dog.
What was Tokyo Hotel?
Is that the band?
No, I don't even know.
I don't fucking know, dude.
I was
Oh,
always
that
such a-
band! Yeah,
that's the one. That's it, right?
Oh, damn, they are edgy.
That's what it's called, though, right?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me just look
Yeah.
this shit up real quick. I think you're right because like it sounded familiar.
I'm
but
pretty
was
sure
like,
that's what they called. They were called.
I don't know why. Just hip hop really got.
They were like German or some shit like that, right?
that's right. I think you're right.
Oh man,
A German rock band.
why does that sound familiar?
You'll know when you see it.
Oh, I need
Oh
to-
yeah, I don't know. Who these guys are.
These fuckers right here, dude.
Those are the ones.
Familiar.
You listen to that shit, right?
Oh, I do know of this.
Yes.
Yes,
Like,
it's
you
the.
had to
it's
know.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know exactly what. Hey, they were big for a little while.
They were
weren't
big
They
for.
were
I
big
never
for
listened to
a
their shit.
little
But I
while.
remember
Yeah.
seeing them, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck happened?
Fad.
There's always like
Yeah.
one edgy song here or there that I listen to, like edgy meaning like I guess not mainstream and a little out of the norm.
Yeah.
Like, just weird sounding. I guess.
Or just like okay, if you didn't listen to any edgy music, Billy, like what'd you listen to just as a teen? What was your go-to?
My music?
Edgy trash
I
or
used to
not?
walk around listening to the Dynasty Warriors soundtrack.
Yeah, that's a good soundtrack. I don't know, man. I don't think.
Yeah, I was really big into like Taking Back Sunday. I was into like Rise Against, that kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
No, I was a big Kanye.
Back when I was like
fan, man.
17.
Kanye.
Kanye's
Goes
gone,
into
but I'm
the
talking
hip-hop.
like pre-Kanye.
Oh yeah, we're talking about pre-Kanye.
Yeah, that's Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye is Lord and Savior.
I mean, I listened to a lot of Biggie, man. Biggie was my jam.
yeah.
Big Papa before every race. I'm not even joking. It's because I watched Moneyball. Not Moneyball. Hardball with Keanu Reeves and Michael B. Jordan. That's why I always played fucking Big Papa.
Yeah, I was always very like I was never really for a lot of the mainstream music. A lot of times, I was kind of a hipster that way. Like back when 50 Cent was big and G Unit was big, I
Oh,
was like,
God.
man, this is hot garbage. I don't know how all the people who are in my
He made
like,
his money
school
though,
are
man.
just thinking like this is the coolest shit.
Yeah.
He was okay.
And then when him and Jadakiss had little beef, I was like,
50 beats
I was like,
with
let's go,
everyone,
Jada, you gotta kill this fool.
man. They got rocked by
What?
50.
Well, I think 50 just had a way bigger reach, but the
Yeah.
song, if you heard Checkmate, which
Yeah, I
was like,
remember
that
that,
was a
yeah.
really good diss track. So it was,
Diss tracks.
yeah, man,
Fuck.
diss tracks
I miss that shit,
is a
man.
huge part of, hip hop, man. You go back to like Ether and
I mean,
You know-
Drake had the best beef with freaking Meek Mill.
Meek Mill.
Meek
Yeah,
Mill.
that was good.
Yo, free Meek Mill though, honestly.
Yeah, no, for real.
That's
yeah,
some
that's
bullshit,
some fucked
man.
up shit.
That's like nothing.
What happened again? I don't really pay
He
attention.
got
to
caught from like he was on probation for something. He got caught for like I don't know, like marijuana or something. Now he's in jail for like 6 years or something.
Oh, what
yeah,
the
that's
fuck?
fucked
Yeah.
For marijuana?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It wasn't like I mean, technically it's illegal, but like,
Yeah.
come on, man, it's marijuana.
That sucks, man. First you lose Nicki Minaj.
Ew.
Right?
Not
Ew.
big loss there.
What? Come on, man. He should have made babies, all right? He should have fucking never pulled out.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're talking about that financially? Yeah,
Financially, dog.
that makes sense.
Yeah, Meek Millie's probably worth like 10% of Nicki, man.
It was like that fucking Chappelle Show skit when he got Oprah pregnant.
Yeah.
I got you, bitch. I love that shit.
Oh man. No, I'd find Nicki. I mean, I guess she's a little too much implants. That's like the worst part. But otherwise, she's a pretty attractive female.
2-1-0.
Not for me.
Yeah,
Not for me.
I don't know. I find her attractive.
Well, everyone's
That's
got
fair,
their
man. You know,
tastes.
yeah, you can,
It's
I
fine.
respect that.
Lou, man, what did you listen
I
to growing up?
respect that. I listen to all kinds of shit, dude.
Yeah, I know you did.
Anything on the YTV hit list.
Oh, God,
Oh,
fuck the hit list, dude.
DJ Phil?
Hanson. Come on, dude,
Hell
some
yeah, Hanson.
Some
Come on,
bop.
man. Some Soul Decision, dog.
Whoa,
That's some Canadian
That is some
shit,
Canadian
Yeah, some of
shit,
that
dude.
Beat 4-4.
Oh God!
yo.
Oh, you're just naming all the worst Canadian trash.
But look, legit, I listen to everything from boy bands to like fucking,
Yeah.
rock bands to hip hop and rap, like everything, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shonda Paul,
Sean
Yo,
DePaul.
Sean DePaul,
Salvador
man.
Salin,
You guys just remember
yeah.
the people who are we talking about?
Snow.
No, who's
No, Snow was.
who's the
He
Canadian
had the
Sean
Olympic
Desmond, dog?
Sean Desmond. What the fuck happened to that?
Did not listen to Sean Desmond though.
Well, I mean, that shit was big back in our day, man.
He had that crazy haircut with like
The side mohawk.
side
Diagonal
mohawk.
mohawk.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? A lot of these guys, dude.
Masari, man.
Yo, Masari was
That
Boris's jam.
man.
Boris gonna kill you guys.
Boris like
Boris doesn't
shaved his
listen to the
beard and
show.
stuff, just like Masari and stuff.
Boris did resemble Masari. It's at a certain point in his life. I don't know what it was.
This guy's got to
Yeah,
shave
the
his
kid that goes-
chest.
Oh my god.
Because Masari was smooth as fuck.
Yeah.
Man. He got waxed and shit.
Yeah.
I remember talking like brown girls at my school at the time. They'd fucking like jack off to Masari videos. Man. Masari was like the brown girl, like perfect man. You know, like it's just
Masari.
Sorry, oh my god.
so funny.
His voice
Was he
even
big in
good.
Canada or was it just
He's
like just
Canadian,
Canada?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he like helped put like Belly on the map. And Belly was like he was like not very good back then, but Belly improved a lot. Apparently, that's what I heard from my brother. 'Cause
From Boris.
Boris used to actually say he used to hate Belly, but he says he's been listening to him recently. He's been showing up in more like New York songs. I think he's signed to P Diddy's label, which is probably P Diddy's probably the last person I'd ever signed to,
Yeah.
just knowing the track record of some of the people who've been signed to him. But
Biggie got killed because
I don't know if I go that far, but like I'd say careers got killed because they signed to P Diddy. Like I don't think he pushes the artists very well. So
That's pretty funny. You guys ever listen to there was some other Canadian trash Swollen Members? You ever listen to Swollen Members? Dude?
I did listen to Soul Numbers.
I
back
did,
in the day.
actually.
Way back and then
Did some good
like
shit. back then.
2000,
yeah, they have some
2001,
good
dude.
beats, man. I'm not gonna deny
no,
that, too.
Billy.
Oh shit.
Damn, I don't know, but I don't know if I go that far.
Beats.
Yeah.
I'm not saying about the lyrics.
They had some good shit back
Yeah,
in the
Matt Child
when they
Man.
first came out.
They were huge back. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to.
For the time.
They're big in our like
Community,
in BC.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if they were big in North America, but they were huge in BC back in the early 2001s.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like that existed a lot more in like different regions back then. Now I feel like a lot of things are more worldwide
Yeah.
with what people like. You know, I don't think that Swollen members
Because of the
were-
internet and shit. Right?
Yeah, I think the internet and people are just so much more connected.
Mhm.
Back in the early 2000s, I think there was definitely certain regions that pushed certain artists
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
more than others, which I guess
You
was a
have
good
to.
thing.
It's
I
like
think it
one
was
of,
a good
the,
thing.
one of the biggest Canadian bands was like what Sum 41, and they're like huge in Japan.
Yeah.
They're like really big in Japan, which is so it's kind of weird in that sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's
with,
cool.
with music and even with wrestling, I guess, where some people won't be big in a certain area, but they'll be so big
Oh, yeah.
international.
Mhm.
You know, like, I mean, Lou's favorite artist, Tekashi 69, dog. He was talking about how before even New York, I mean, his music's something else, but he was talking about before he was even big in New York and all that stuff. How just like Germany and like a lot of other places in Europe were
Yeah.
really pushing him before, which is good. I think that's awesome.
No, it's not good.
Yeah. Billy, you like Tekashi, dog? We'll listen to him after this podcast.
You just never know, man.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. You never know. Especially having a different sound, too, really helps. Because you really stand out, and then there's always going to be some weird country that's going to really rock with your music.
That's like I told Boris because like he's always like worried he doesn't sound black enough for like the
Yeah.
market, right? I'm like, bro, like you got the whole world, dude. Like,
Yeah.
don't just
Oh, for
focus
sure.
on one place, you know, where your sound's gonna fit there. Like, you never know who's gonna dig you.
Exactly. That's very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Someone's like, Boris, put your music out. Put your music out.
Thanks so much for the question. Failure code. There's another question from your boy Liko.
Hey.
Hey.
What is one of your favorite non-OP weapons from a video game? Or even what's your favorite video game weapon?
Golden gun, baby.
The golden gun. Non-OP. As soon as I take that off, golden gun. The golden PP7.
Damn,
dog.
if I had some time to think about this. I mean, I'll go with like Metal Gear Solid, like the Mark 22 pistol, the Trank pistol. Can never go wrong with that shit. Or like the Trank sniper, the Moslin Agate from the third one.
I got a good one.
Those are good ones.
Billy's favorite is Op.
Not OP. In Custom Robo.
No scope.
Custom Robo. We go
Damn, we
deep.
go back to the GameCube.
My favorite,
Love Custom Robo, dude.
my favorite weapon was the freaking boxing glove.
Oh, really?
I'll show you how it's done one day,
shit.
man.
Yeah.
Because I max out my speed
Yeah.
and just fucking went around and fucking punched with the boxing glove. and fucking
Billy
killed it.
finding all
There's
the
so many
exploits.
good ones, man. I think like say like the battle rifle from Halo, you know,
Battle
just like
rifle. The
classic.
sniper from Halo, the
Sniper
fucking
from
pistol from Halo 1.
the sword. I mean, you can go back to like the Unreal or like the Quake games, just the rocket launcher, being able to rocket jump. There's just like these universal, I don't know, weapons that you'll never forget.
Like some guns are just like so satisfying to use, just like the Doom 2016 double barrel shotgun. So sick.
Dude, Gears of War sniper, when you pop heads, the little
Yeah,
fucking noise that you hear when
My
a head just
current
gets removed.
one is Easy AK from CS.
From
CS,
yeah.
of course.
Cheap, efficient, fucking strong, but not overpowered because the recoil is insane unless you know how to control it.
I like the big Goron sword from
Oh,
Ocarina of
fuck
Time.
yeah.
Just because like the side quest you had to do
Yeah,
was
it was so
I liked
elaborate.
it a lot. It was so elaborate, and
Yeah.
it was just such a great reward. And it wasn't OP either, because like there's a lot of shit
So
you can do with
can't
it.
use your shield.
Can't use your shield.
Yeah.
Can't reflect shit with it.
Yeah.
You know, it was good
Yeah, the
shit.
big Goron sword. Holy fuck, that's a deep cut.
Yeah, you know. There you go. Episode idea.
There's so many good ones.
There's
man.
a lot of good ones, dude.
Like, you know, all these like action, like even like you go back to Devil May Cry games, like Ninja Gaiden, like the original
Yeah.
katana from Ninja Gaiden. It's almost never a point to switch a lot of
Yeah,
times.
dude, the katana's so good. It's fucking so balanced. It's so strong.
balanced,
It's just
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
I really love Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2.
Yo, I like the plasma cutter in Dead Space, dude.
Ooh.
Once you
Oh,
upgrade
fuck,
that
yeah,
shit,
that's such a good one,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, if you want to appreciate video game weapons, play a game called Enter the Gungeon. It has
yeah.
a lot of your favorite. Like
A
it
lot
has
of
the
nods.
op in it. It has the AK. It has the plasma cutter from Dead Space.
Yeah.
It has a lot of weapons from Metal Gear. It's super fun. Really good game.
In Dead Rising, you can unlock Mega Man's blaster, and that
yeah.
shit was fun as hell.
That's fun. Yeah, yeah.
Was it OP though?
Yeah, it was OP.
Was it OP?
Well,
No,
you have to
yes,
do a
yeah.
lot of shit to get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
was-
Like, I
it was-
remember if it was even limited or not.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was
Unlimited. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Metal Man.
Because you had to
pretty
like
dope, too,
complete the
weapon.
game in a certain. I think you had to
Yeah.
fucking
At that point,
save
that's
everyone
fine.
or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like something you get early on.
Metal Man is always dope. Mega Man.
Man, the gears.
Yeah, it's so strong.
Yeah,
But it's not OP. It's just so
I think
balanced.
the saw
Yeah.
blades, rather.
Yeah.
You use it the most because it's not the strongest, but it's the most balanced. Everyone kind of weak, but not
Mhm.
weak.
Thank you so much for the question.
Yeah. Very good question. Oh
Nico.
my god.
There's probably so many more.
There's
too,
so
dude.
many we're
Yeah, yeah,
missing.
lots.
Like
for sure.
I would love to like sit down and think about this one for like 10 minutes and
I know.
come with a top 5.
Fuck yeah, no. There's too many,
That
dude.
torque bow,
Yeah.
man, from Gears.
Oh,
like that
yeah,
shit.
the torque bow. Fuck. Gears of War had amazing
yeah.
weapons, man. Some really good ones.
That's the one, man.
I'm just trying to think of like what games did I play that had.
Let's move on to Tom.
Yeah, fuck. But there's so many good ones though. I
There's a
feel like
lot.
I'm missing.
Yeah, no, we're missing a lot. Someone in the comments, the viewers will let us know what we're missing.
Fucking viewers. This is from Sad Little Pun Pun.
Ooh.
What video game is your guilty pleasure? Billy, we already know yours, dog.
We know yours too,
Dynasty
Retel.
Warriors.
Now yours
Billy's
as
not
well.
guilty.
I'm gonna say
Dynasty-
like guilty
Dynasty
pleasure
Warriors.
in terms of like it's not a very good game, but
Yeah.
you love it.
Well,
Oh.
Dynasty
Dynasty
Warriors is
Warriors.
not a very good
Yeah.
Retel's favorite is Rumble Roses.
Easy
Roses,
peasy.
what?
Lemon squeezy for Retel.
No, it's not Rumble Roses.
Pleasure.
Um,
As in it's bad, but we love it.
yeah, it's a game that you really like that maybe you're not proud of, or that you know that it's not probably the greatest. It's like,
Oh yeah.
something that's just
I
that
know.
you like.
I've
It.
talked about this before on the podcast. It's
Really?
Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers.
Number
Oh, yeah.
one for me, I think.
Yeah.
Just like for currently right now. But there's a lot of games that I play that like I know many people Like I love MotorStorm Apocalypse. I love games like that, and there's a lot of indie games that I play that I know. I love Absolute Drift. I was talking about last time. That game was so fun, and like I don't hear anyone talking about it. An indie drifting game. There's a lot. I'm very much one of those guys who likes to hunt for certain games. Like I even like to go back and play Resogun from time to time. Resogun's amazing. But that one was actually reviewed very well.
Like I don't know. So I got like maybe not a specific game, but do a lot of like the. I don't know if you guys remember, I played like Phantasmagoria and I played like Harvester and all those like shitty 90s FMV point and click adventure games.
Those are good.
And they're terrible.
Yeah.
But I enjoy them so much. And I'm going to play through the next Phantasmagoria very soon.
Nice.
And it's so ridiculous. I've already like watched, I already played a little bit of it just to see what it was like. It's ridiculous. I can't wait.
Hey, you can even just say like all the games we play on Monday Night Fights, like half of the really bad ones, I mean, like we enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're terrible games.
There's a lot of bad ones.
Yeah.
Lou?
I think, man. I think about like the Kirby games. I'm thinking about because they're so like easy.
Yeah.
And they're kind of shitty, but like I just love playing them because they're just like I don't know, they're very kind of nostalgic for me because I played a shitload of like Kirby Superstar.
Yeah, on the SNES.
That game was actually good though.
That was a good game. Yeah.
But like one of the first Game Boy games I had was Kirby's Dream Land, and that shit was easy as hell. But like I loved it, and then so like
it's always like
ever
the
since then,
entry
like
level
just like
platforming game, right?
Just like Kirby games are just like I don't know, they just do something for me.
Yeah.
It's
That's
fun.
one thing.
Kirby's
So
got
all
great music too.
Yeah. So all gamers, you should really look and do research. There's so many good games out there that just don't get that spotlight because there's so much shit being released.
Yeah.
If you like go back and we were mentioning the Sega Saturn last episode and just other consoles, like even the Sega CD and other quirky consoles, you can find such good games that still hold up today.
Yeah.
Like, man.
I think that whole like the 16-bit era totally fucking holds up, especially when you compare it to like N64 and shit. N64 shit did not hold up.
That's the thing with 3D,
bad.
right? It's same thing when you look at like cartoons and stuff. It's very hard for some older of like 3D animated projects to hold up, but like you look at you go back to like Aladdin and all the hand drawn stuff. That stuff's gonna stay.
So well,
it's gonna be good forever. Yeah, it's timeless, right? So yeah. I mean, like think about like the Jimmy Neutron movie. Right, like you watch that now and you're like, "Whoa, this kind of looks a little rough."
I mean, Jimmy Neutron TV show is pretty good.
Yeah, you watch Mortal Kombat and you look at Reptile, and the actual like
that's true.
Reptile version.
That's one of the few things they did CG in that movie, and it just turned out.
But Goro is like all practical,
man.
and it looks still great.
It's amazing. Looks amazing.
Goro still looks fucking badass.
Yeah. His voice though.
Time to die.
Time to die.
Fucking love that movie, dude.
It's a great movie.
We gotta get. I've been trying to get like Boris to watch it with me.
But he won't watch it unless it's like.
Oh, I know. It's like I went over to his place to watch it.
I was there with you, man. I told you.
Because we went out to eat and they were like, "Oh, what do you guys want to do?" I'm just like, "Boris, let's just go watch Mortal Kombat." We were all so down. We were so excited, but Boris is just like, "Oh no, dude, this needs to be 1080p." Blah, blah, blah. And so we ended up just not watching the movie because we couldn't find one that was good enough quality.
For Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
It sucks because back in the day,
Boris, I used to watch this shit on CRT, man.
VHS.
I was supposed to own the Blu-ray, but they never sent it to me. I won a tournament from Cineplex for Mortal Kombat.
They never sent it.
I know they never sent it. I was so mad.
I'm just gonna buy the Mortal Kombat Green Blu-ray.
Yeah. No. I mean, at this point.
I want to wait for that 4K.
Yeah, you want to wait for the 4K, dude. It's like you might as well get the best shit.
Is it really gonna look that much better?
It will. Oh yeah, it does.
A movie that old?
If it was shot on
so you mean the
film,
Reptile is gonna be?
It's shot on film.
Yeah.
So think about it. It's 35 millimeter. Who knows? Maybe 70. It's probably 35 they shot it on. But it's gonna look.
So it was like that's why like the old Star Wars movies still look amazing if you get a really good like Blu-ray version because they were shot on film. So when they transfer it to that. It looks way better.
When you pass 8K at that point, I think our eyes can't tell the difference. So I think 8K will be kind of like that top margin for us, where just our eyes won't tell the difference. But so far, 1080p and 4K, huge difference.
For sure.
If you can really watch it.
I remember like when HD first became a thing, it's like I couldn't even tell the difference between 720 and 1080.
I know.
At first. But now that you like, our eyes have been so trained for it.
Eyes have been trained, one, and two, we never really had real 1080p.
That's true.
It took a long time. Like even the 1080p you see on your PS3s a lot of times.
That was
like,
all actually
it's like upscaled or some shit, or it's like, you know, the games that ran in real 1080p either ran just real shit. It wasn't until PS4, I would say, where we saw games run at 1080p at 60 frames per second.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even 60 frames until like the Pro came out too, right?
No, that's, well,
Depends
yeah, for
on
some
the game,
games. Depends on the game. Yeah,
for sure.
Depends on the
But
game.
for the longest time, everything was just 1080p 30. That's why like PC gaming is so good.
Yeah, PC gaming is
And then you
amazing.
get that refresh rate, like 120 hertz.
That's insane, yeah.
Thank you so much for the question. Sad little pun. That's it for our questions from the community. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in questions. Again, you can send them in over at the Top Tier Podcast Community Discord or over at our email, toptierpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we got some more. Behr, I know you went last time. We did some bucket barns.
Woo! Let's go, baby.
Let's go
Mr.
clockwise. Pick a good one.
That's kind of lame.
What?
It's the best fast food chain.
Yo, this is not a lame question.
That's not a
I
bad
take
one.
this shit very seriously.
Oh, man.
You wrote it.
I don't see you coming up with topics, dude.
Yeah.
Remember that last time I sat down and put a bunch in here?
Yeah, well, we've gone through them all already.
Yeah, well, fuck.
What's your go-to?
Man, if I have a choice, I'm a big Chipotle guy.
Ooh.
Can't go wrong with Chipotle.
Probably good shit.
Five Guys.
Oh,
Five Guys is up there. Yeah, Retel fucking.
yeah, I used to work across the street from a Five Guys. And it was a bad scene.
Yeah,
dude.
damn.
'Cause then
Retel.
you go and you get a burger and fries, dude. First of all, it costs you $15.
Yeah.
And
wasn't
man,
worth the
it's,
money.
it's huge, but it was just so fucking good. I would treat myself maybe once, twice a week.
But you know, at Five Guys, I like to get the junior ones.
Really, just the one patty?
Yeah, I'm always been a one patty guy because I really like to taste the rest of the ingredients.
I see.
Like I love the beef, don't get me wrong, but I don't want too much beef. So they have that little junior section. It's the same size thing, but except you just get one patty.
Just get one patty.
And I actually really prefer that.
Oh, no, you gotta get the double.
You gotta
Dude.
get
The
the
meat
double,
is
yeah.
so good. Their
my
quality, the
Man,
quality of their meat is so.
I
fantastic.
went there one time and I just like was not impressed, and so
Really?
I never went back. I don't know. It just wasn't
Wonder if
good.
you
to
had
me.
Try it again. Should
No,
go.
I just didn't think it was great. I was just like, okay, there's nothing special about it.
All right.
I didn't think it was a bad burger, but you know, I'm just like
Burgers are burgers, in my opinion.
Oh,
Damn,
no,
Billy.
I want that
no.
Alberta beef.
I don't know about all
man.
that. But, you know, if you have to give one to one that, like, only in Canada, I'll say this, one that I will never kind of does me wrong, it's probably A&W.
Okay.
Yes.
It's just kind of like, in terms of the one that's, like, everywhere, because Chipotle, we only have, like, a couple here.
Yeah.
Right? I know they're much more common in the States for all you guys listening over there, but A&W in Canada is amazing. And, like, you can really taste the freshness of the beef whenever you
sure.
bite into it, and just everything's just always good. Like you compare that shit to like McDonald's or Wendy's, like those chains taste like plastic.
And man, A&W breakfast too, on point.
It's good. Yeah, I don't have their breakfast too often, but I've had
that's
it before. I've had it before.
It's all day breakfast now, man.
Like the teen burger, the
Do they do
matzo
all day
burger.
breakfast now?
What?
Yeah.
They do all day breakfast.
Oh, do they? I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
They do.
What about you, Billy?
A&W is one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I love A&W.
Yeah.
Church's chicken.
Churches.
Oh yeah, churches can be a little hit or miss though, but it's definitely good.
nice to
I
have
just
one
like,
bad
I just like,
experience at
yeah.
Church's.
I just love fried chicken, man.
Yeah, that's true. You can't hate on that.
I
You
can't hate
on
fried
that.
chicken.
Yeah, you can't hate on fried chicken.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't tried Popeyes yet. Which makes me
Mhm.
excited.
Oh man, Popeye's some good ass
I
shit,
know.
dude.
Luke keeps telling me.
Bro.
He went to Toronto.
Yo, it was
We
one
don't
of the
have Popeyes
highlights.
here, do we?
As soon as I saw it, I went straight for it. I beelined it. I was like, oh fuck,
That's amazing.
damn it, it was so good.
I wanted Popeyes in Hong. I mean,
Place was lit, dude.
I wanted Popeyes in Hong Kong, but I'm like, Dad was like, no, let's get something else.
Should have just went anyway. Should have got
Yeah.
taken.
Yeah, no, I should have went there. But then in Hong Kong, there's like this place called like I don't know, Hot Star Chicken or whatever. It's like Taiwanese chicken, like in a stick. I was like,
Oh,
that's fucking
shit.
good too. It's
Chicken
like
on a stick.
yeah, it's fucking good. But yeah,
Can't go wrong,
A&W,
dude.
A&W and Churches are my go-to
Churches.
in Vancouver, in
Mhm.
BC.
Is there
When-
like, if you go down to the States, is there like a place you always make a point to hit?
Retel, don't say Jack in the Box because I know that's your shit.
No,
dog.
dude, Jack in the Box. Last time I had Jack in the Box, dude, they gave me the worst diarrhea.
Dude, me too,
I just
man.
couldn't-
That's why I can't
I was
go
like,
back
I don't
to
know.
Jack
Jack in the
in the
Box might be done for me.
I would have to say Costco, man.
Yeah.
Costco. Oh, what? Yeah.
Costco food court. It's technically a chain.
Yo, IKEA dog.
Oh,
It's
fuck
IKEA. Oh, yo, I.
No,
IKEA's good.
I
I prefer.
the garlic bread. I like. Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah. the
IKEA's
garlic
pretty
bread.
fucking good. Yeah. But I
Well,
think
it
I
depends on
like
what you get.
Costco, dude. Like if you go to the right places in the States, they
Oh
have some really good shit.
They have good shit here too. It's actually not. It's great here, man.
Their double cheese pizza at U.S.
God,
Costco. Oh my god, dude, it tastes so good.
They don't do
So
that here.
good.
They only do
Yeah.
like the hot dogs and shit here, right?
No, they have pizza here.
Do they have the pizza here?
It's
Okay,
solid. It's
They
okay.
do, but it's not as
It's not
good
the
as
same?
No, it's not the same. But it's like I said, it's cheap.
Right. Yeah, it's super cheap.
Super cheap.
And it's huge, just like
Yeah,
everything
huge.
at Costco, dude.
Yeah, it's actually Costco's great.
I gotta give a shout out to Wendy's.
Yeah, Retel
You guys-
loves Wendy's.
You guys know I'm a
I
huge
love-
Wendy's.
I
fan.
live fairly
love
close to
Wendy's too,
one,
man.
It's good, yeah.
and
I like the
freaking
salad
Retel.
at Wendy's,
Every
man.
time I'm with Retel, he's got to have Wendy's. Man.
Yo, if we're doing fast food, we're doing Wendy's.
Yeah, you
I'm
love
down
Wendy's.
because they have
It's
salads.
it's that fresh, never frozen beef, man.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Come on, you can't go wrong.
It's true.
The fries
It's all
are
right.
great.
It's all right.
good.
Yeah, it's
The
better.
beef
It's
is
better
very high
than.
quality.
Actually, I like
And
the
plus-
fries before they changed it to the
Really?
Russell potato
Oh
skin
no,
ones or
yeah, I
whatever
agree
they have
as well.
now,
Their
yeah.
old fries were
Yeah,
better,
and not that the new ones are bad, but their old ones are better.
and they just have a lot of depth to their menu. You can get a baked potato.
Yo, their
true. You can
spicy
get-
they do.
chicken
you can get
sandwich.
I
chili.
love the
Yeah.
Frosties, man.
The
Frosties
Frosties are on
chicken
point.
sandwich.
I can't do Frosties, man. I have a
Really?
really bad. Like I at one point, bad Frosty.
That memory, dude.
Yeah, that's just some traumatic shit right there.
PTSD. I'm doing bitch.
No, it was actually provincials for swimming.
He's so done. He's like bad.
It's so bad. Reliving it.
Do you know that Frosty actually tastes like? I don't know, it just tastes so greasy, man.
What?
Really?
Really?
The one I had.
Oh.
Frosties?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
So you
I'm
got a
Someone
fucked up
yeah,
one.
Someone
We had it-
fucked
okay,
it
so
up.
we went-
Someone
Dropped it in
put
the
chili
deep
in your
fryer.
Frosty.
No, it tasted like
Deep
oil,
fried
like
Frosty,
beef
please?
oil or something.
Oh
like,
yeah, no, someone fucked it up. Someone fucked it up.
Yeah. So when
Someone was
in
on their last
Kamloops,
day. They
man.
just were wreaking havoc.
Yeah.
And then I had to swim the next day. I did not swim well, and I'm like, fuck, I can't have Frosty.
That's kind of gross. I've never had that experience, and I've had a good amount of Frosties.
It's
in
like
my
They
meat,
fucked
man.
you up.
It's like fucking meat, man. I'm telling you.
Oh.
That's why when I hear
It's like the raw meat, man. Here's a frosty.
That's so fucked up, dude.
So sick.
dude,
Like of all things to go wrong on the menu, you would think like something like the Frosties, like
I
the
know.
simplest fucking thing.
I can never order a Frosty anymore.
Holy shit!
That sucks.
You guys don't know, like Frosty's pretty much like a ice cream.
Yeah, it's
sort of
just like an
beverage.
ice cream. It's like a malt.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best way to explain it.
That's
So.
great.
Holy shit, that's so funny.
Have you ever
Yeah.
had like a really bad experience with fast food? Did I ever tell
Oh,
you
I
the
think
story on the
everyone has.
podcast at the Church's Chicken?
Yes.
Yeah, you
I
said
did.
it, yeah.
Okay.
With the oil squirt.
With the
in your
oil
eye.
screw. Yeah, I was right by your old place because we were with Boris and Lou, and I took this
was
bite into the
beautiful.
chicken. And it was like, oh, I've never had churches before. Let me try this shit out.
First time.
First time I've never had a single bite of church. I bite into it.
We got a budget. It was spicy and regular.
Yeah. I grab a piece of spicy chicken, dude. And I take a bite. I bite into it, man. And this glob of fucking grease, dude. Oil. Straight oil. Fresh out of the deep fryer. Squirts me right in the eye,
No,
dude.
legit. Like,
Oh, that's fucked.
It looked like a little squirt gun squirted grease.
Oh fuck!
It looked like a little
I
squirt
mean, that's
gun.
what happens
Like,
when
that's
you
what it
deep
looked
fry
like.
your
It's like-
chicken, right? And
Yeah.
it's fresh. That means that they just pulled it straight out of the fryer and gave it to you. So that all that oil
But dude,
from the fryer.
I was freaking. I made a
The bite.
scene, dude.
The bite. He was so excited.
You were there.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
right in front of him.
Oh,
It was like
That's what I'm
10
saying. It
years
looked like
ago.
a squirt gun. Like he bit it and it just went.
so did you hear it to like scream?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I had to go to the washroom. I didn't mind because I was
Went
wearing my
inside his
contacts.
went
and it
inside
got
his
fucked up.
contacts.
I had
Yeah,
to take it
that's
out. It was
fucked
all
up.
fucked up.
That's a spicy one too.
Oh.
It wasn't spicy, yeah. That spicy
oils in
oil.
It was
and
fresh, man. Hot grease, hot spicy grease.
It was bad. I'm surprised it didn't like. If it was any hotter, it could have fucked up my eye.
Yeah,
Done some
yeah.
serious damage.
For sure.
And you could have got some money, dude.
That's true.
Fund this podcast.
This podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing
Honestly,
okay.
like someone in
Maybe
this,
kinda.
like, yeah, you probably could have gone away with a lawsuit of
Yeah.
some sort.
If it was like,
You
like
could have
actually
played it
injured.
out like even worse.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Get some big doctor notes.
Lou, you could have pulled out your acting skills.
Yeah, man.
What did you do to him? What did you do?
Somebody help! My friend
Call
is dying.
911.
He's dying.
He's dying.
Oh,
Call an ambulance.
Ambulance.
Call an ambulance.
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 oh man.
One more.
Let's see this Retel. That was a good question, though.
Thank you.
I enjoyed
I'm
it. I
glad
enjoyed
someone
it.
thought.
I mean, I always show my appreciation every time I have A&W. I'm like, this is so much better than fucking McDonald's or Burger King that just tastes like plastic.
Yeah.
Like I'm always so grateful.
What's more important, your career or your friends?
Oh, friends for sure. for sure.
Friends for me.
So if you could,
Friends.
Lou, if you had a huge role, but you basically you had to cut ties or whatever, you couldn't see us again. You would do it?
Forever?
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's 6 months, I'd be like, yeah, do your thing, man.
Yeah, if it was 6 months, I'd be like, yeah, fuck it, go. I'm not gonna hold you back.
it's like, whatever.
I'll be like, yo, I know this guy right here.
Like I wouldn't get mad at anyone for doing that for me. Some people have different priorities for sure.
If you had a major opportunity, but it
I'm not
it
dishing
had to
everybody.
you had to fuck over one of your friends, would you do it?
Just one?
Yeah. If you had to just fuck over one of your friends, it would be a huge
Well,
opportunity.
it would depend on how bad I'd fuck or what it was and what the context.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay,
if it was like some
it's not-
unforgivable shit.
So it's not
like,
a straight up no then. I see.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. Well, it depends. Like, you never know, man.
Yeah.
If it's like unforgivable, then I wouldn't do that shit, obviously.
When you say
Yeah,
fuck
that's true.
over, I think it's like some really intense
There's
shit.
standards,
some
right?
like Facebook social network shit.
Yeah.
No, that's
No?
too much, man. That's fucked up. And I know Snake.
There's plenty of people in the world right now who make
Who
a
would-
ton of money, but they're really lonely and they don't have. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Money's not everything. At
No.
this point, man. That's why I realized, like,
Sure.
yeah, like, fuck it.
Like I respect people obviously who
Oh,
who
yeah.
are completely career driven and that's like their number one focus in their life. But that's never really been my
I mean, yeah, it just seems like
thought
sometimes
process.
they seem lonely and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they find someone great and they're happy with that, great. You know, but
I mean
for
money's
me,
great, but at the end of the day, when you die, you're not gonna take that shit with you.
Can't bury that. Can't bury. Can't bury.
I mean, you can. But
Yeah, but there's no use.
it's a shitload of cash.
Can't take it with you.
Withdraw all your millions.
Yeah.
Put it in a casket.
We'll just go rapid fire here. This might be a good
Get
one.
grave robbed.
What is your favorite meme?
Oh.
Right now it's that third grade kid.
Yeah, it's always been that for
It's
me,
always
man.
been that, yeah.
It's always been that.
Finding new ways to use that shit
yeah,
is the best.
It's the best. Yeah.
Wait,
It's
which way? What's
the kid with the machete in the I think Ugandan. Was it Ugandan? No, Nigerian.
You would know better than me.
Oh my
yeah.
god, that fucking meme.
Yeah.
That is my
man.
favorite
That
meme.
kid is the best.
Yeah,
The
he's
piano
so funny.
music.
Man.
Oh my. Love it, man. That's like my favorite fucking meme. Even like from like 3 years ago.
Yes, it was shitty.
Oh,
Was that, yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
The camera pans. And
That's a good one. That's true. That's sort of.
Oh man, what other meme?
There's so many memes
There's
at
lots.
this point.
There's lots.
There's like a new meme every fucking couple of weeks. That's the
I
problem.
mean, the memes are like flavor of the month, right? But
Yeah.
there's always one that sticks with you.
Mm-hmm.
And like I
what
said,
are the memes that are like just like permanent?
Forever.
I don't think there are any.
Are
Honest,
there?
they're always like just a thing that happens in that moment in time.
Yeah, I mean, Vine was pretty good for getting a lot of memes out there
Yeah.
too, and little clips and videos.
Sadu,
Yeah.
sadu. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Yeah. Oh, the Vines have
See
so
the
many.
rest of it. So.
I don't know the rest of it.
Yeah, you do.
No.
You don't know the rest. Don't fucking lie to me, dog.
Free Shavakadu.
Free Shabbat.
And they were roommates. Oh, they were roommates. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that Vine
There's a
before.
lot
That
of,
shit's
like,
so funny.
Vine compilations.
Yeah.
Chriselle
Classic
loves that
Vines.
shit, dude.
Yeah, they're really, really
Just the
funny.
classic ones are
Yeah.
good. There's a bunch
Yeah.
of stupid shit on there, but like the classic ones are just great.
Like, I mean, you could consider like the Doge dog to be a meme, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
things
I
like
remember when
that.
the
Things
Doge
like
thing
that.
became a big thing.
They made like Doge coins and everything.
They did.
Yeah, but I'm sure, yeah, if we have a list or something and look through a bunch, man.
This is still my favorite, man. Because
I don't know if it counts as a meme, but the lightsaber kid was great.
Oh,
Star Wars kid?
Yeah, the Star Wars lightsaber kid.
Yeah.
That's a classic video.
Oh man, I love like even the UFC memes, you know, like
Yeah.
the Conor McGregor and the
Yeah.
Dana White one.
Yeah.
what the fuck?
There's this
You know
one.
what Conor told me? He wants to fight Khabib in Russia. That's the best. That's one of the funniest.
They
I
all see
got
that
cracked
shit.
up because like there's one just photo of Conor McGregor, you know, because he had that gorilla tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And beside it was like a gorilla with a Conor McGregor tattoo. It was so dumb, but I laughed so hard.
There's so many funny
Couldn't
ones.
ma- I
too.
guess it couldn't. Because it's a gorilla like making this like roar face, right? And then it has like Conor McGregor's roar face.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
It's some stupid fucking little
so
joke.
many.
It was so dumb. But I lost it, man.
That's
It
the
was
best,
so funny. It's like a gorilla just chilling.
Did you guys see the Conor McGregor Burger King ad?
No.
Did you watch
No,
that?
no, I didn't see
I
that.
was surprised he did that, but they must have paid him a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even after the boxing match, he just needed more money, dude.
Yeah. But I mean, still sustain. You have to sustain the wealth because a
Yeah.
lot of people, the faster you get it, the faster you lose it, right?
yeah.
So.
Yeah. When you have more hands in your pocket and shit.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine being that rich and having everyone around you.
It's always the most fucking like depressing like stories when you see people who like win the lottery or some shit and then they just blow it all like a couple years later.
Yeah.
It's like fucking insane. It's like how do you fuck
how
that
do you
up?
do that, man?
But dude, it happens more often than you
It
might
happens really
People
often.
just
Yeah.
spend like crazy.
I
They
put,
just don't know-
half of it at least.
They
into,
just
like,
don't
a
know how to
bank
manage their
account.
funds, dude.
And
That's a good
invest that
question.
shit.
If you
Put
guys
that
get
shit into
$100
shit.
million tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., what do you guys do?
Easy. Give like $5 million to my parents.
Out of 100 million, I'd give my parents more out of 100 million.
Well, I don't want them to spend it all in one place.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
pay off all the debts.
Yeah.
Get my parents' debts and shit too,
Yeah.
and then like buy property and shit.
Exactly.
It's like one of the first things I would do would be take care of my loved ones, my parents for
And
sure.
then you go on
Yeah.
vacation.
And then dude, I would like before
Same.
I bought anything for myself, before I bought a place or car, I would fucking just travel, dude. I'd take some time and really travel.
Oh, the first thing I'll do. Yeah, same, yeah. I'll obviously pay that. But
Well,
then I'll get 'em-
first thing I would do would be to consult with a financial advisor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Buy
if
a
you
house
don't
in
care-
Maui, man.
Fucking lame with it.
I mean, man, you spend $1 million, you still got 99 million.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, still,
But if you put that,
you want
no,
because
I
you can
know,
you
I
can have
know.
money making you money. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
of
saying. That's what I'm
course,
saying. That's what I'm saying. Buy properties and shit and fucking.
well, it's
rent
only in
it out.
Vancouver though. If you think about that, everywhere else, the properties.
You could. I mean, there's Airbnb and all these other things that.
yeah, it's true.
Would you buy a
maybe
house like in the city, or would you bounce?
from in Vancouver?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I'd buy a
No,
house.
man.
I don't think I'd buy.
I
a
don't
house
think
in
I'd
the
ever
city.
buy a house in my life.
Really?
Apartments, man.
Apartment?
In different cities. That's the plan.
I'd buy a house.
I'd buy a house to host shit. You know what I mean?
That's exactly why I would do it.
Just
too.
to have
All
people
posting,
over,
yeah.
gatherings, whatever. I would want a house for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if I lived in a big
pay that
house, I'd
property
want to
tax.
live. I'd want to live with a good amount of
Yeah,
people
100
too.
mil,
I'm
dog.
not about. I'm not a big fan of living in a big house and it's quite empty. Like I don't know, not because it's creepy or anything. It's just more of like,
just like,
it's
what-
just
what do you
not.
need
Fun. It's
that
not
for?
cozy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just not
Yeah, yeah.
cozy. You know,
Like a big enough house, with like a family.
I like a lively house.
Would you stay in would you stay in Vancouver, or would you?
That's a
would.
good question. Probably travel a lot, but yeah, I'd probably talk that through.
Because it's hard. Like,
other
you
people.
leave and then you leave like with all your money, but you leave all your friends behind and shit.
Yeah. What I would do if I was that rich for sure, like every 3 months, I'd probably have a house in different areas. Like let's say in the winter time in Vancouver, I'd probably go to like Maui or some shit.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
you know,
Saying,
like
man,
Hawaii.
Apartments
sure.
in different places,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
So I'd totally be that kind of person. I'd probably move around. I'd have a house in California.
Fucking
for sure.
nomad that shit.
Probably the first place I'd buy a house is California. So
Damn.
yeah. Damn. I just asked you guys a question. Billy giving $5 million to his parents out of $100 million.
Yo, I'd be stoked if I got $5 million.
Yeah, me too. But I'm still keeping it if they need money.
Of
I'll give it
course.
to
That's
them,
true.
right?
Yeah.
Billy,
That's for
you
them
gotta,
to do
you gotta
whatever
wait
they
for your
want.
allowance, bitches.
I like having a grasp on things. That's why.
You're gonna buy a Retel a JDM car, dog. Gonna buy him a.
Yeah, man.
A Sky.
994 Honda Civic.
Oh.
Would you buy a new camera for the podcast?
Start shooting it on a fucking red or some shit.
Oh, dude, at that point, yeah, why not, man? Like,
No.
Would we
That's
still
just
even
too-
do the
that's too much.
podcast?
It's excessive.
Yeah, I don't know. Even if you were that rich, shooting on a red is just too much of a workflow to like get the footage and all that
Yeah,
shit.
man.
It's just too much.
Oh, is it? Okay, then fuck
Would
it.
you-
Would you still do YouTube, Bear?
I think I would.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thought about that. I
I'd
thought
be
about that.
traveling
I totally would because it's. I don't. What am I? I'm not making a living off YouTube now.
No, yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So
I've been doing it
it's
for
kinda-
7 years. I
I
just hit
think even if
1,000
I was like filthy rich, what I would do though, I'll tell you guys this: if I was that rich for my YouTube channel, I'd hire an editor.
oh,
for sure.
fuck yeah, dude.
That's what I'd do. I'd
Yeah.
hire a really good editor, pay him well, and then I would just I'd probably go harder on YouTube if I was that
yeah,
rich.
dude, totally. Like, I
If
would probably,
anything.
I would still want to do the podcast with a pimped out set, hire an editor. We just come and do the show.
Yeah,
And then
and
just
go.
fucking the editing is going to go just
Yeah.
That's
in
the
someone
dream.
else's hands.
For sure, absolutely. I thought about because I've actually thought about this. Like, man, if I were to win the lottery like tomorrow, like I would totally, I'd go harder on YouTube.
Dude, if
and
I want
because
guys-
right now it's so time
Do
consuming.
you guys even
Yeah.
play the lottery?
I do.
No,
I
I
do.
don't.
Once in a while.
I do.
Only on the big jackpots?
Not often at all,
I
but I definitely
once
do.
a month. Here's the thing. If I win the lottery, nothing's gonna change because it's not that much money.
Yeah.
In Vancouver, at least.
And I make sure not to put a lot into it. If I do it, I
Yeah.
play fucking one
That's
play.
a lot of fucking NW, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like Chriselle buys them from time to time. It really depends also on what the pod is. You know what I mean?
I mean, if I won, nothing's gonna change because, well, I gotta pay off my parents' like debts and stuff, pay off my debts and stuff, and then, like, when you left off with like $4 million, let's say it's a $5 million jackpot, you left with $4 million. Technically, you can live off that, but you can just live more comfortably. You just put that shit away, but you're not gonna throw a crazy party because only $4 million. You gotta hold on.
You could burn through $4 million real quick.
Like in an instant. So I wouldn't just be like, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy this.
I
I'm
think-
put that shit into the bank and let my interest on this, like, live off my interest.
No matter what, dude, I would live pretty modestly.
Yeah.
I think no matter how much money
Same
I
here.
would win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd just be more jacked though. I have more time.
Because you'd be able to just have more time
Yeah.
to just
just like curling.
Billy's curling 100s.
Billy.
At one point now, yeah.
Billy in a fucking high rise. Just fucking.
No. Here's the thing. I don't like apartments. I personally can't. I can't stand. I can't stand. I just don't like condos. I don't like apartments. I don't like townhouses. I like a house. I like a backyard.
Oh,
I'm very old school.
you're in the wrong city for that,
Exactly.
dog.
So I might have to move to Langley maybe
Yeah.
in a couple of years or something.
Don't move to Langley.
Billy, if you moved on, I'm never going to see you again.
Pretty much, yeah. I'll do is
He'll
work.
drift his way over here.
It's true.
Anytime.
Initial
That's
Car
like,
sideways
That's
on
like
the
maybe
road.
like 6, 7, 10 years at least. Not gonna have that much money by then. Shit, barely making enough money now.
Anyways, that's going to be it for episode 88 of the Top Tier Podcast.
Woo! 88.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Again, big shout outs to all of our patrons over at
Thank you.
patreon.com/top tier podcast. And people, please join our community Discord because you can hang out, talk with all of us, slap into our DMs, and send in questions as well.
That's gonna be a thing now, huh?
Yeah, that's the
Slapping
thing, I
into our
guess so.
DMs.
After this episode, too, after we should start doing this, I'm going to let you guys, we should maybe. Yeah, I'll tell you guys after.
What?
I'll tell you guys after.
Damn that tease.
Yeah, that's a little cock tease for you guys for the next one. Don't worry. Okay, it's fine.
Okay.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Behr. Thanks, Lou. Thanks, you guys, for watching. Peace out.
Peace.
Hey,